doing as all of this, it seems controlled chaos, I guess is the phrase we would use right now. I mean, is she just going about business as usual? What does that look like for her?
I imagine she's in her office. I know she's got a separate, complete unit wing there at the DA's office. That's aside from the normal other prosecutors in that office. So I imagine she's there with her team, monitoring what's going on, probably speaking with Sheriff Labatt to make sure that everybody is turned in and that there are no issues. I imagine the clerk, the new clerk actually, Shay Alexander, is probably a part of that to make sure the paperwork goes through and bonding. He will have a booking ID number tonight, so making sure all those things are connected in the clerk's office and dealing with logistics.
There you can see the motorcade entering the grounds. Of course, we are waiting for him to actually ride. And I should note, as we're covering this, it is remarkable to watch this motorcade, to watch his plane land, to watch him make his way here. I mean, Trump himself has been not downplaying this. I mean, he has certainly seen how he uses these exact moments to his political advantage, Sarah. I mean, you covered it when he was in the White House as well. And he was posting today, what time he expected to be here. 7:30 here. It is 7:34 as he is arriving here.
We love some timely guidance, I guess. Yeah, but he does use these. I mean, he uses these for fundraising. He uses these to rally his base. I mean, that's one of the questions about the sort of value of a mugshot in this case, right? It's treating Donald Trump, if he does get one, the same as any other defendant, but you're also giving him a photo that there's no doubt that he's going to use on promotional material, he's going to use on fundraising material. I believe he made a fake mugshot in the past that he used for fundraising purposes. And I think that, that's one of the things that's gone into consideration in his previous 3 arrests, where he has not had a mugshot, is do we really need to do this when we're talking about a former president of the United States? We know what he looks like.
He is certainly the highest profile person this week that has come in here, but it's not just Trump who has gone through this exact process of without a motorcade, without a private plane bringing them in. I mean, Mark Meadows came in just earlier and had his mugshot yesterday, or today we saw Rudy Giuliani coming in yesterday, getting his mugshot as well. I mean, the parade of people and former top officials in the U.S. government that have come through this Fulton County jail in the last few days is remarkable in and of itself.
Oh, absolutely. It's unprecedented. It's nothing like I think any jail has ever seen, and certainly I know Atlanta and the Price Street has never seen. And I know a lot of work, effort has gone into making sure it goes through without a hitch. But it'll be interesting to see what happens inside that jail, because again, it is the Fulton County Jail.
And you know this jail well, but for people at home who aren't watching, who haven't been to Atlanta, I mean, can you just remind them, the Justice Department has opened investigations into this jail because of the humanitarian conditions. They've called it a humanitarian crisis, the sheriff had. I mean, can you just speak to what regular people who go into this jail experience?
Yes, I mean, it is overcrowded. There are not enough beds for inmates, and so at the height of COVID and recently, people were sleeping on the floor. They didn't have enough masks at one point. There was a notorious for the locks at different cells not locking, which obviously poses a security risk for inmates. There was a serious gang issue in that jail, and the higher up you go, it's 7 floors, and the higher up you go, the more serious the charges are. So people charged with murder and the most serious crimes are on the 7th floor, and down on the 1st floor you've got mental health, or more special, high-profile people like a Donald Trump. If he were housed there, he'd probably be on the 1st floor.
I do want to point out, though, that this was a choice to have Donald Trump and these other 18 co-defendants show up and be processed at the jail. This does not have to happen. It commonly does for most defendants in this case, but there are other ways that defendants can be arrested, can be criminally processed. This was a choice that the sheriff made, that he wanted all of these defendants, in consultation with the district attorney, to go through this process close to what a normal criminal defendant would.
So what would the other options have been?
So my understanding was